how desirable and how sustainable is it to achieve status. And so right now I'm actually leaning towards Alaska because of the fact that if you can fly enough to take advantage of it, then that I think more than makes up for the gap of ease of earning through shopping portals and so forth. The fact that you can combine them as well as earning on partner award flights is worth repeating a lot, because if that's something we're doing anyway, that's why we're getting these miles. That's like the classic case of like, why do we get transferable currencies? And the best value case for doing that, other than arguably Hyatt, is for getting these business class redemptions, these overseas redemptions. So obviously Alaska is well known for that. And there's a risk of concentrating too much in that. And so to kind of bring it back to the last thing that I'm trying to decide, without getting too much into the numbers for me, and I want to just kind of keep this conceptual, is, I've already moved half of my MR points to Alaska miles. And now I'm taking a step back and thinking, if it's going to be easier, and not just easier, but perhaps more motivating to stay in the AA ecosystem, because maybe if I can earn status, now I'll have extra AA miles to redeem them and enjoy the fruits of that status. That's kind of one way of looking at it. And there's just a little bit more shortcuts, like that. The AA executive card that I mentioned, for example, allows you to get big boosts in loyalty points just for, without having to spend any extra on the card. It's just a matter of hitting the certain loyalty point milestones with AA. So I think that there's more options for shortcuts with AA. But I think with Alaska, particularly because the reason I'm getting this is to get the perks when flying Alaska, I'm not as interested for AA because I don't feel like AA has as good of a product, for one thing, on their own metal. And there's also seems to be more elites in general, especially flying out of hubs, and a harder time of getting upgrades.